Yamaha FZ750 for sale on eBay. In the paperwork, the bike comes with its V5 registration document. No previous recorded keepers. That normally would make it a one owner, but it is an imported bike. It was manufactured in 1987 and registered in the UK in 1991, and that owner's had it all that time. It also has an HPI check certificate, which I've just done, that shows the bike has got no accidents or finance or anything else there in the bike's history to be concerned about. I've also just printed out the direct.gov MOT test history that shows it was last MOT'd in May 2006, if that MOT test station was the last one that had done it. It could have been one of the non-computerised ones if there are any left. But anyway, so it's been off the road maybe 5 years or something like that. It also comes with a service book, which has been, looks to me like it's like a printed version of a what do you like, microfilm sort of thing, but nevertheless it's got one there which has got some information in which is usable. It has its service book with the bike. Now this is, I can see looking in here, although it's been sort of stamped up and printed, the writing in here looks foreign. It looks like it might have been owned by an English chap. It looks like an English name but with foreign writing. Anyway, that was last stamped at February 88, was that? So there's no other formal history after that. Looking round the bike has been in storage all this time. The bike has been cleaned and protected with WD-40, so there is an oily film over the bike which you will see in the pictures. You'll have to take that off to try and make it look a little bit better. The engine does start up and it does run, but there is a hole in the exhaust here, and although that hole is very small, it makes a fair bit of noise, so it makes it kind of sound rough. You do need to put a battery on the bike. The battery has long since expired, so I jumped it with another battery and started it up. The airbox is loose on the bike, so I guess somebody else has been lifting it up before to squirt squirt quick start or petrol down the air holes to get it going. So the airbox wants refixing. The small tubes are still attached on the back of the airbox. They're like drain screws and that kind of thing, sort of drain hoses and that kind of thing on there. That's all still there. I'm not sure if the little small Phillips screws that hold the airbox lid on are still there or not. The front mudguard is broken here, and if you wobble it, it's slightly loose. The engine itself, when it's running, sounds fine. If you were to put a battery on the bike and bleed the clutch, you could make the bike rideable. Now I did try and bleed the clutch. I took the lid off there and squeezed the lever there loads and loads of times. You like squeeze it 3 times, you get a bubble out. And I did that about 30 times. I got about 30 or 40 bubbles out of it, and it still wasn't quite right. And I've only got so much time to spend on it, so I put the lid back on there. So you're going to need to deal with that. But until that clutch works, the bike can't be rideable, because obviously just the lever just sort of comes in. I've tried not to miss out anything important on the bike, but there's bound to be loads of little things on there which, you know, could come to your attention. There's little bits of bodywork broken off, there's the odd sort of screw missing and that kind of thing. I would have thought basically the bike was probably sound if you wanted to put it back on the road, but it is looking tired, it is looking rough. There's like paint worn on the corner of this tank there down to the bare metal. But it's not far off being a usable bike, but you're going to need to be sort of keen enough to get stuck in and do the little jobs that want doing. The exhaust, battery, clutch, those sort of things, and tidying it really. So most of the electrics did seem to work when I connected the battery to it. I can't remember whether I checked everything on there, but it did all seem to do what it's supposed to do. So anyway, there we go. Good luck with the bidding.